Good morning, blockers. It is Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Rise and shine. Let's get cutting. Excuse all of this right here. I have allergies going on right now. Farmers are cutting everything down, and whew, boy, it has hit me today. So hopefully my nose isn't running or anything like that. If I am, I'm saying it now, sorry, excuse me. I'm going to try to get through this. The show must go on, right? So if you've noticed, you've got the Facebook message and also the message through our Monday newsletter. I kind of flipped some stuff on you guys. I apologize. Had a lot of stuff going on. Didn't have a chance to get my block done. Some of you probably, if you already have the book, you're probably already done. Who knows? But what I decided to do is to go ahead and work on the strips. And so the strip behind me here, between 1 and 2, that's kind of what my strip is going to end up looking like. But that's what we're going to work on. We have to have 31, I believe it was. We have to make 31. But they go very quick, very, very quick. And that way, as we get those finished and we have our block, we can connect and just go ahead and start connecting all the dots, right? Let's get that going and be able to try to just move us along a little bit. I am going to try to get another video done this week that will have block number 5. I will put it out there in a note so that everyone will know that it is ready and be able to get that done. But you will have until next Saturday to post that. So anything coming in for this week, what I'm taking are the 31. You have to have all 31. I got to see all 31 of them done and lined up with your picture, and send that to me, post it on Facebook, and we'll have everybody that has that taken care of before Saturday at midnight will be entered into this week's drawing, okay? So this week's drawing is only about the strips. You need 31 completed, all right? And like I said, they'll go very quick. So hang in there with that. And I am going to try to get that other video. I'm going to try to get several videos, and as I do get them finished, I will go ahead and post those. I'm just trying to get us a little bit ahead before Thanksgiving. This is set up to be finishing up the week of Thanksgiving, and I know y'all got things to do. You have families you got to cook for, places you got to go, and may not have the time to be able to do that. And so I want to make sure that this is a project that we are able to get finished before that time. So I'm trying to work as hard as I can. There's a lot of cutting. You guys know that. There's a lot of cutting. Wait until you start really cutting into all these pieces, for all the sashing and the background and all that. I know one of them was 160 pieces. I don't know where my thing went. 160 little, 2-inch squares. So just hang in there with me, and let's get all of our pieces cut out. We're going to go over all of that now, and I'm flying solo again. Tim doesn't get here until later, so in order for me to be able to do these videos, I have to kind of try to do them myself. Not very good at it, as you can tell, but I'm working on it. Everything takes practice. Just like everything else, practice, practice, practice. And one of these days, I won't have to worry about this, and I could just say camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, and it'll all just be going, and he can edit as we go. So I do appreciate everybody hanging in there with me and being patient for my rambles, and I just hope that you have enjoyed this block so far. I cannot believe that we are already to block number 5. Where in the world has time gone? Jingle bells will be ringing before we know it, right? As crazy as this sounds, we will be getting ready to decorate for Christmas. And I'm one of those that'll be before Halloween because we have the following week our Candy Cane Lane Holiday Bazaar. We got to be ready. And with all this going on, it's kind of hard to get everything done. So bear with me. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead walk back around and cut so that we can get ready to get our measurements for our blocks. And okay, so hang on. All right, let's go ahead and get started, and let's go over our measurements for cutting first. And if you already have the book, what part we're going to work on are letters D, E, F, and G. Those are the only ones that we are working on. If you want to work ahead, that's totally up to you, but just letting you know that what we are doing here today is only going to pertain to letters D, E, F, and G. And in letter D, which is this one here, it's our 2-inch square, you are going to want to have 124 2-inch squares. And what it is when we get all of these completed, you're going to have 31 strips. So it's going to be your background strip with your sashing strip, another background strip, and then you're going to have your 2 flying geese arrows, one at the top and one at the bottom, just as you saw in the example that is behind me. And so again, we're going to start, and this will be a background fabric. So whatever the background fabric is that you are using, you're going to need 124 2-inch squares. And this is going to take you through to make you the 31 pieces that we are making for this week. Next, we'll move over to our background strip. And as I just said, you're going to have two of these, one on each side of whatever your sashing strip is going to be. So in that case, we need 62 of these strips, and those strips are 1.5 by 15.5 inches rectangle, a very long rectangle. All right, and then whatever you are choosing to do for that sashing piece, that is outlining your blocks, bordering your blocks, you want to have 31 of these. So whatever type you're using, you're going to want 31, and those are letter F, 1.5 inch by 15.5 inches. Again, the long rectangle. And then we come over here. This is what is going to be your corner star. So the star that we are creating, where you have the 4 pieces on every block, that is going to continue to be whatever color or design or whatever you're using, but it's going to be that same color. That's your corner star, letter G. And here we need 62 of the 2-inch by 3.5 inch rectangles. So if everyone, hopefully you have that, you have the book, you have the measurements, but anyone that does not, I want to make sure that you got these measurements. So again, here is letter D, and you're going to need 124 2-inch squares. Letter E, which is also a background fabric. So these two should be the same. Oops, sorry about that. And you need 62 1.5 inch by 15.5 inch rectangle. Then we move over here to our sashing. And that one is 31, and it's 1.5 inch by 15.5 inches. And then whatever it is that you're using for that to create that corner star, these here, you're going to want to make 62 of those, and they are 2 inches by 3.5 inch rectangle. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and move on, because this is going to be a very short video, because it's very, very simple. I mean, it's just the same thing, and we're just repeating the same thing 31 times, because you have to have 31 pieces, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take letter G, and that's our corner star. We're going to lay that down. And then we're going to come over here and take letter D. We're going to get 2 of those. Now on the opposite side, on the wrong side, you're going to draw your diagonal. So line that up with your ruler and draw your line. And if you just look on here and you lay that on, you see that it's going to make your arrow, or flying geese, whatever you want to call it. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to lay this one down in the same direction, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to stitch this on this line here, and when you finish, it is going to be just like this. And sorry guys, I know you don't see me, which is probably a good thing, but as you can tell, my nose is running. So sorry about that. And so here is what it's going to look like when you get that piece all done. And now we want to lay our ruler, got my ruler right here, and just as we've done before, we use our 1/4 inch marking that's right up here, that first white line. If you're using a Creative Grid ruler, line that up, and you're going to go ahead and trim this piece off here. Hopefully you're able to see that, because I don't have anybody on the other end to tell me that yes, they can see this. But we've been doing this already several times. You should already know that trimming off a 1/4 inch here, okay, and then it will look like this on the back. And again, you all know that I press my seams open, and you can press your seams however you want. If you want to push them to the right side, the left side, the bright side, light side, dark side, open them up however you want to do that. And sorry guys. And then you go ahead, take this other piece, and you're going to lay that right on top here. And this is after you have cut that and you have pressed it, okay? And then you're going to stitch on that line and do the exact same thing. So here I have stitched, so that's my other side. Turn it over. I stitched that down. I press it, and I am going to take off that 1/4 inch right there, and that'll be my first flying geese that will go on the top and the bottom of our piece. So you're going to make 2 for each one of these strips, okay? So I'll set this aside here, and then let me move it this way, and then we're going to move over here, and we are going to take our background piece, our sashing piece, and another background piece. Very simple. You're just going to do what we do all the time. Make sure you're putting right sides together, and you're going to lay that out there just like that. And make sure that you're pinning. Make sure you pin in the center first and then work your way out. But make sure that you're pinning, because sometimes if your strips kind of tend to move a little bit, you want to make sure that they are staying in line. And on these, I believe that I ended up doing actually 1/8 of an inch, because when I went to measure, they were just shy of the 3.5 inches that this is supposed to measure out to be. And then go ahead and press this when you stitch that part. You come back over and we flip this one right on top and do the exact same thing. And then we'll take and press that. When you have that finished, it should measure 3.5 inches by 15.5 inches. And go ahead and measure that out. See what you get. How hopefully you're very, very close. And then you're going to take and you're going to attach your completed arrow or goose track. One on the bottom, one on the top. Okay. And then that will give you, let me go ahead and pull mine down here. And when you're finished, this is your finished piece. Okay? So again, we want to make sure to make 31 of these. And to be eligible to be into the drawing next week, you want to make sure that all 31 of those are laid out so I can see that you did all 31 of them. And that's kind of like your little reward of being able to get put into the drawing, okay? So if anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to call me or email me, message me, whatever you need to do, and I can try to walk you through that. But this one is very, very simple. It's more time consuming just cutting all the pieces for it, but I think that should be able to get everybody ready and have those finished so that we can start attaching those to the other blocks. Okay? Okay guys, it's that time now. We're going to go ahead and do our drawing for what would have been our block 4 last week, and I don't have anybody to do it, so I got to kind of swirl around and do it myself. I did have my granddaughter in here just a little bit ago, but she was so noisy and had her videos playing, so I wasn't able to start the video yet. So let's see who will be our lucky winner today. Again, you will win 1 free yard of fabric, your choice, and you also, you will win a mug, and your mug will be filled with little goodies. It's kind of an autumn mix of goodies. So, all right, let's see here. Let's go with, this one stuck in my hand here. So let's see, who will it be? It is Cindy, and I always want to know how to say this. Is it Bate? Bate? Cindy, you know who you are. You're the only Cindy that's doing this. So, yay, you're the winner. So just stop in anytime, and we'll have everything up at the front for you. And again, everybody, I appreciate your patience with me today. I'm trying so hard. I'm just not feeling very good today. So, again, if anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me so that I can try to help you out. And I'm going to continue to keep working on block number 5 and try to get that video done so that we can get that posted as well, and try to help everybody kind of get moving along a little bit so that we can get finished before Thanksgiving. And you know, if you're one of those families that you celebrate the Thanksgiving, and that may be the only time that you really see them, and everybody kind of gets together and gives out their gifts at that time, you may want to give this as the gift if we can get it done. How about that? But if you don't, I don't blame you. This is a lot of work, so they have to be pretty darn special to be able to get this real pretty blanket. I'm not even giving this one away. So, all right, guys. Well, just hang in there. I'm just kind of at a loss of words right now. But if I do, like I said, I get that finished, block 5 finished, then, and block 5 is Share a Smile. And I get that one finished, I will post it and let you all know immediately so that you can go to the YouTube video and check those out, okay? So until next week, guys, I want to say that we'll be ready for block 6. I'm gonna try, I'm trying. So just bear with me. And I appreciate you all, love you all, and thank you for following me on this crazy quilt making journey. All right, so thank you and peace out.